I won't show my face because that is not important. You don't have to see my face. All you have to do is to just spend some time and try to listen to what I got to say. I stepped away from the internet, social media as a whole. And that made me feel better because I was not hearing any other more tragic stories. It made me feel better. I could concentrate on things that were on my plate, but that was not enough. That was not enough. And that was selfish of me to do because I only concentrated on me. I didn't get to see or get to look into the bigger picture. I needed to do something about that. I meditated on that for quite some time and tried to think of what is it that I can possibly do to change the situation. It saddens me to see the suffering that we impose into women. We have a responsibility. It's much bigger than just a responsibility. We have a moral responsibility as a consequence to make things better. We really do. We have as a collective. And the thing that disgusts me the most is to hear men saying, but we are not all. What the fuck is that? Who would say that in their right minds? Not even a 16-year-old boy would say that. We all have a responsibility. All have a role to do because what we are doing, we are playing with nature itself by doing these things that we are doing to women. Because Mother Nature, that's what they give nature, that's what they give something into existence. We are nothing without them. Do you want to live in a world where there is no women? I don't think that is the case. You don't ever want to live in the world where women do not exist because in the absence of them, we are nothing. They help us realize what is wrong with us, really. They help us become self-conscious. And this has been documented thousands and thousands of years before. Even Adam himself became self-conscious as a consequence of Eve. Eve made Adam self-conscious. In a way, you would translate that and say he made him realize what was wrong to him. We need to realize what is wrong to us and accept it and go and change it for the better. And when you change something that is wrong about you, you don't do that for yourself. You do that for everyone around you. Really, you do that for everyone around you. Think about it. Just imagine if these men who are committing these vicious and tragic, and I don't even know how to I don't even know the right terminology to define them, the things that they do to women. If at some point in time they accepted the message that there's nothing that they need to fix about themselves, long time ago, what would have happened if they realized that and they woke up to that idea that they need to fix something about themselves? We would not be hearing about any of the things that we get to hear about today. It disgusts me. It disgusts me. I try to stay away from it. I tried not to listen to any of the negativity that comes, but there was no way that I could escape it. I thought about what is it that I can do to make things better than worse than they are. Because we need to do that as a collective. We all need to do that. Like really, we need to do that. We need to act as a collective because it even disgusts me to the core how pathological and pathetic we are, how weak we are. Jesus Christ. We're so weak. We're so weak. We're so pathological, getting caught up in habitual states that I cannot even explain, and I don't even have the right words to articulate how pathetic and weak we are. We need to do something. And the most practical thing that I could possibly think about when I was trying to think about this problem that we're facing as a society was, and you need to listen very carefully, it was fix yourself up. Now, you know what is wrong with you, really. Look into that. If you don't know, think about it for a minute. You will find out what is wrong with you, because the people, the men who are committing these vicious, these cruise. I don't even have the words. I don't even have the right terminology to discuss this really. But the men who are doing these things to nature itself, to women, to the goddess, to the queens of the world, they are men just like you. They are men who did not get to hear that they need to fix themselves up, straighten themselves up to become better men. By doing that, they become better men for people around them, for themselves first, for everyone around them, really. And they would not get to do these things that they are doing today. Straighten yourself up, become a better man. Pick a boy, really. Pick a boy and get to fix his life. Guide him. Because by doing that, you are doing something very valuable to the boy. You give him the wisdom that he needs. You give him the knowledge that he needs. You guide him. You guide him through life and make him a better man. You are doing something to yourself, because when you see that boy becoming a better man, becoming flourishing in life, forging a powerful family, that is going to pay you back. That is going to mean something to you. That is going to mean something to the boy. That is going to mean something to the family that the boy will be able to forge. That is going to mean something to the society that the boy is going to grow up in, because you have no idea how that boy would grow up and become, because we don't even know how the men who are committing these crucial and these activities that they are doing today, we don't have an idea how they got there, because it could be the boy that you are ignoring. Then if you pick a boy and get to straighten himself up, that would mean something to the boy, to his family, to the society as the whole, to the world. That is bigger than yourself. You need to take that serious. And that is going to help you up, straighten up yourself, because you won't be telling the boy what to do and not do it. You will need to do the things that you tell the boy to do. And that is going to make you a better man. And if collective of us can wake up and get to do that, pick a boy. You can pick two, you can pick three. Pick a boy and make it your moral obligation to straighten themselves up. You are automatically doing that to yourself. And that is bigger than you, and that is bigger than you can comprehend, because really you are making a society a better place. You are making the families of those boys, you are making those boys be able to grow up and get to forge strong families. And those boys, if they do that, they will get to raise strong boys who won't be weak, who will accept the message that they are given by women, that they need to wake the hell up. They need to fix a few things about themselves. They need to be conscious and determined and realize this is something that is bad about me. I need to fix that. It is documented in the religious studies that women are nature itself. They give life. They give something, and they bring life into existence. And in the absence of that, we are nothing really. Fuck, we need to change our behaviors. We need to change our impulsive behaviors and become better men and straighten ourselves up. Jesus Christ, I don't even know how I can possibly get to explain this. But please share the message and try to make sure that more people get to hear it. Share it as much as you can. You have no idea how this message can expand and get to be heard by the men that maybe in the next few days would commit vicious activities, would do things that are as bad as what they are doing to our precious women. It's crazy. We are weak. We are weak. This is a sign of the men that are floating around. It could be me. It could be you. It could be your brother. It could be anyone. We need to do this as a collective. Do something, and it starts with doing something with yourself. Pick up a load and bear it. Pick up a load and get on it and straighten yourself up. Get yourself busy with something, whatever it is, anything that you can possibly think of. Occupy yourself with something. Carry a load. Pick a boy and straighten his life up. By doing that, you'll be straightening, you'll be changing the world, you'll be changing the society, you'll be changing his family, you will be changing yourself, you will be changing. He will have an idol that is you, instead of Taban Bani who is doing some crazy thing to women. He will have an idol which is you, because we are imitative. We imitate something that we admire. He will admire you more than anyone else. But then that would mean you will have to do something about yourself, because these things that are happening right now, they make me go crazy. Even the idea, even trying to think about them makes me be disgusted by even the word man. That means I'm disgusted by me. There's a whole lot of things which I need to change to straighten myself up. There's a whole lot of things which you need to change to straighten yourself up. Should you do that, you will be able to be an idol to the boys that are growing up, because they need that. They need guidance, because we have no idea how these men who are doing these things that I are doing right now became like that. Became so animalistic, if such a word exists. Became so pathological and cruel to the core. Became so weak. So it starts with you. You, yes, you who is listening this video. It starts with you who is listening this video, by sharing it with your brothers in your network. Get them to hear the message. You have no idea how many of them will realize and get to think about fixing themselves up, fixing the things that they can fix. Pick a boy, that is very important. Pick a few boys and guide them. Be a mentor to them. Be an idol. They should look at you and see someone that they want to become, instead of idealizing someone who is indulging in compulsive behaviors and doing crucial things like these ones that they are doing right now. You don't need to see myself. You don't need to see my face. That is not important. But rather the message that I carry. Share the message with as many people as you can. You have no idea how many people it would change, and should those people be changed, we have no idea how we would possibly change the societies, the people that are direct to them, and the world. I have nothing more to say. This was me trying to do the this was me trying to do the little that I could. This was me, Spamandla May, trying to take a stand really, and try to send a message out there. Do what you can do, and if maybe sharing this video is what you can do, then do that. This was my little effort to change the situation. I know it's not enough. I know I can do better than this, but this was me doing the little that I can do, really. The little that I can do to change the situation. I don't know how effective it can be, but if more people can get to hear this, then maybe that would be for the better. maybe the boys would get to hear this message, and a spark would light up at the back of their minds, and they would straighten themselves up. I am not perfect, but I can do better. So you are. So anyone can do. This was me, Spamandla me, putting myself on the line, putting my head on the train tracks to try and say and change the atmosphere. It is as a consequence, it is as a result of sharing ideas like this that we will be able to change the situation really, because ideas change the world. Ideas change the world. We need to discuss things like this really. We need to discuss things that are hard. We need to discuss things that are not comfortable. As a consequence of that, as a consequence of those, that is how we can change the situation. That is how we can change the world. We need to do the little things that you can possibly do to change things and make them better than worse. Because saying you are not like that, it's weak and pathetic. And that is pathological to the core, really. So we need to do something. Whatever it is, I try to think of many possible things that I could think of, and this is what I thought about. And I have no idea if you could think about something, what would you possibly think about? And if most people, if men really we do that, we have no idea how many possible ideas we would come together with and try to combat this, because this is a war. This is a war, and we need to approach it as is instead of trying to run around from it and try to say, because I'm not like that. That is weak. I am not strong either, but this is how far I could go, at least to my capacity to try and articulate possible solutions to the problem. And the solutions that you will come up with are different than mine. And if most of us get to think about this as serious as it is, because this is serious, we're playing with fire, we're playing with nature. We need to approach this as it is, instead of trying to run away from it, instead of maybe, I don't know. But we need to do something, really, we need to do something. And I should stop talking now. I've said enough, I think. Engage and try to spiral up the discussion in the comments, and try to expand and try to think about these things, and let's try to form better communities, and let's try to form better organizations really that can possibly change the situation, because this is not the world that we want to raise our daughters into. This is not the world that we want our sisters to exist into. This is not the world that we want our wives and our cousins and everyone else really to exist into. This is not the world that we want. This is just not what we want things to be. So we really need to take the firearms and go to the battlefield. And that starts by straightening ourselves up and doing what you think you need to do. There's something that you can do really. And this is what I could think of. At least try to share ideas, because ideas are powerful. They are powerful than stone. Rome built empires. But where are those empires now? But then the ideas that were shared thousands and thousands of years ago, they changed the world. It is as a consequence of these ideas and these discussions and these dialogues that things get better. They get better than worse. We need to talk about the most uncomfortable. This is uncomfortable. This affects everyone who is in existence. It affects all of us. No one can really run away from this, and we need to do something. We need to do something. We need to form organizations. We need to discuss these ideas. Pick boys and make their lives better. Be an idol. Be a role model. They should look at you and try to imitate your pattern of behaviors. They don't want to imitate your impulsive behaviors. They don't want to do that. But if you make them want to do that, they will do that because they are boys. But how about if you can make them want to imitate the good, the good for you, for your family, for everyone around you, and for the society and for the world? How about if they can imitate that? How about if more boys get to imitate that? We need to do something. This is a war that we need to go into, gun blazing, and try to change the situation. I won't be saying no more. I believe I have said enough.